Hey, Bjorn. I'm doing my adventure module report with this film project.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, you're doing a film project?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, you want to ask me a question?
Yeah, just like real quick.
Alright.
Okay. Did the experience generate positive word of mouth, and would you recommend it to friends?
Yeah. I think everyone had a good time. Nobody got hurt on the rafting trip, and yeah, Seven Springs was a blast. Got to go swimming, shooting, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I would recommend it to a friend. I actually go both places several times a year with friends because I'm from Pittsburgh, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, I go to both places a bunch of times a year.
Cool. Awesome, man. All right. Thanks a lot.
All right.
Hey, Bjorn. Do you mind if I ask you another question real
Are
quick?
you serious?
Yeah.
Dude, I got lots of stuff to do. Can't you ask someone else?
I mean, you're like the actor guy, right?
So what? Alright, fine.
Okay. How do you think the experience could have been better?
What, for both? I guess for the rafting trip, it took forever because we had the guide tutorial thing, and then it took like 5 hours to go on the trip.
Yeah.
And I told you the last time you asked me a question that I go there a lot during the summer with my friends, and we do it in like 2.5, 3 hours. That same length.
Oh, okay.
And then Seven Springs, I think we went in a middle point where the weather wasn't that great. I think we should have either gone a little earlier in the semester when it was a little warmer, or later in the semester when there was snow, because it is a ski resort. But regardless, it was still a great time, and there was lots of stuff to do. So,
Cool. All right. Yeah. Thanks, man.
All right.
Hey, man. Do you mind if I?
Dude, where did you just come from?
I want to ask you one more question for my fundies report.
I got lots of stuff to do, and I'm trying to take a break.
It will only take 1 minute. Like seriously, come on.
Fine.
Okay. What were your impressions of the economics of the venue/experience?
Economics. Well, when we were rafting, we were out in nature. There was like nothing there. It was awesome to get out of the bullpens and just be outside. Yeah, in Seven Springs, they had tons of stuff to do, and they had shops that you could buy stuff at. I bought a hat, and they had really good food, so it's pretty good.
Okay. All right. Thanks, man. That should be it. I don't.
Really?
Yeah. I think
All
that'd
right.
be it. Yeah.
Just any other questions? Just ask someone else. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right.
Hey, man. You mind if I?
Evan, what the f***, dude?
Any other criteria or anything else you find important about the adventure?
I'm trying to take a piss, man. What is wrong with you? Get the f*** out of here.
Shrug.
Hey.
Hi. Okay.
Hi.
So I'm doing a video for fundies instead of writing a paper.
Right.
I was wondering if you could answer a couple questions for me.
Sure.
Okay. So, how much of your experience was education, and how much was entertainment?
We learned a lot. Loading a shotgun, unloading a shotgun, firing a shotgun, paddling left, paddling right, stays for the river water, different human flailing patterns, very scientific. I could go on, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, please do.
Alright, Heidi. We learned teamwork,
Yeah.
relying on your team to yank you out of the water as you're being carried away by the current. It was fun. I guess it was both educational and entertainment at the same time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. I'm gonna look through some of the other questions. I'm gonna find you a little bit later and ask
Sure.
you some of the stuff. Okay. Thanks, Sean. Hi.
Hey.
Hi. Okay, so yeah, I have another question. Can you describe your personal experience of the event, the venue?
We had a blast. I think ours was one of the only 2 teams that completely capsized. Seven Springs was fun too, but I think we should have gone a little later so that we could ski. But yeah, I think it was a well-deserved break.
Okay.
Can I go back to sleep?
I guess.
Thanks.
I have some more questions though.
Later.
Oh, okay. Okay, bye. Thanks. Hey, I have one more question.
Come in.
I was wondering on the trip, what worked versus what didn't work?
सब चला, वैसे बहुत मज़ा आया और वैसे चलते ही गया सब. अभी हम क्या बताएं, कर रहे थे हम सब तो बड़े मज़े से कर रहे थे और ऐसे कुछ ज़रूरी नहीं था कि कुछ नहीं चला, तो सब चला.
Okay. Was there any replayability?
Yeah, sure, I'd do it all over again.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay, thanks. Thanks so much.
Yep. Hey Kevin, I'm doing an interview for my Fundies report. Would
What?
you help me out by?
I was gonna do that. I'm doing that. Who gave you that idea?
I got that from Heidi.
What? Heidi? Where is she?
I'll set up a tripod and I'll come get you again.
Alright.
Heidi. So today we have with us Kevin Prim. So Kevin, what is the nature of the entertainment experience?
Well, I think in the rafting trip it was more about the adrenaline rush type experience or that theme park based experience. While in Seven Springs it was more of a competition kind of experience, especially when we were shooting guns. It was a competition on who could shoot better out of people. So, yeah.
And what role does technology play in creating this experience?
Well, technology didn't have too much of a role in the rafting trip. I think the goal was to get away from technology. My phone didn't even work. And then in Seven Springs, I mean, there was some technology there. The clay pigeons obviously had to be fired remotely through some sort of trigger. And then also the bowling, I think, had some pretty sweet technology going on. So, yeah.
And Kevin, what might be the intended goals of this technology, of this experience? I'm sorry.
Well, the rafting trip is definitely to compare metaphorically the teamwork it takes. Because without someone doing what they need to do on the rafting team, it's similar to what someone needs to do on their project team. So that was that. And then I think in Seven Springs it was more about what? At Seven Springs it was more about just getting away from everything and getting out there and getting our brains to recharge by taking a little resort vacation.
All right, Kevin, thank you so much.
No problem. Yep.
Hey. What's up?
Oh, I'm just doing some work.
Can I interview you?
Yeah, you're doing it too?
Yeah. So why don't you prepare some questions for me?
Okay, yeah.
And then I'll just sit down with you and talk to you.
Yeah, let me look up some of the questions and I'll get right back to you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, bye.
Okay. So what was the nature of the interactivity of the experience?
Well, both trips dealt with us putting a lot of trust in one another. Rafting was about communicating and working together as a team to make it down the river. The Seven Springs group activities dealt with us being each other's eyes and ears to accomplish certain tasks, like walking through a stuffed toy minefield, or lifting a plush cow with ropes, building airplanes and whatnot.
Cool.
We had to depend on teamwork and work together to reach an ending goal.
All right. Second question. To what degree was it a natural setting or venue?
Well, the outside environment of Seven Springs was natural and really pristine. The lodge was a direct result of human intervention. as were the ski trails, spas, pool, etc. Human intervention in no way detracted from the beauty of the environment, and it allowed us to spend time surrounded by nature. And nature was kind of on our side in Seven Springs because we had a snowfall and we had a big class snowball fight. It was really fun.
Cool. I'm gonna move the camera for the last one.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah. That light.
Stay in this corner here.
Okay.
Just a little bit closer. Okay.
Okay.
Last question. What was mediated and what wasn't?
Well, we worked together as teams and decisions. Okay, let me start over. We worked together as teams and decisions were made democratically. I suppose you could say that the group activities were kind of mediated, but they kind of just stepped back and let the groups do their own thing. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great job.
Nobody actually got that.
Yeah, I'll take the biggest cheeseburger. I gotta go test this with stuff.
Flops.
Bacon cheeseburger. Do you want anything else like fries? No.
You look at my secrets? You steal my ideas?
No, I don't.
What are the appetizers?
I sit like right behind you.
French fries.
I could have sworn you were
fries.
Well, I mean, sometimes I look up from my computer. I'm not like looking at what you're doing.
Alright.
I think you're a little bit paranoid. I don't know. I'm not staring at your stuff, Kevin.
Hey,
Hi.
tell me the truth. Did you copy Kevin's idea for the project?
Yeah, I did.
You're so bad.
I stare at his computer when he doesn't realize it. I stalk him.
Wow.
I hate writing papers.
I hate writing papers.
I hate writing papers.
And I really hate writing papers.
Hi.